I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest. This is my brother. Probably if you guys think that I look super tired, it's because I'm jet lagged. I just reached Qatar and decided to do this video, and well, that's too many ands in a sentence. Just let's move on. Okay, so the first point is service mentality, which is important, right?
Yeah, so I would say that there are two major things for a medical student or one who is aspiring to become a doctor or any other medical professional. That is, he needs the service-minded heart and the intellect in order to act upon the service.
Service-minded heart.
Yeah,
You mean service? I mean a service mentality.
A service mentality, and you need to have the heart. That's what I mean. And so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. So you get it. Okay. Moving on. The second is giving. I mean, you said giving back to society, giving back to people. What does that giving mean? That you expect something back, or is it like, I don't know?
I think it's different for each people according to their point of view. But then for me, it's actually, I don't like to get anything in return, but I just like to give. There are doctors who don't give necessarily, but then they expect more for the hard work that they have got. But they
that
are
makes
actually
sense.
good.
That makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. I mean, the amount of work doctors put into, I mean, there's nothing wrong to ask for what they want back. I mean, I know the tuition for doctors is very high, and I think every doctor in the world needs to get that money back at a point in time.
Yeah.
Third, challenges. I mean, medical has challenges. How do you...
Challenges.
I mean, you said it was a good thing. That's why I didn't understand.
Again, it depends on people's point of view. And according to me, I like challenges. I like to push through challenges. I like to challenge myself to test my potentials and to test my quality.
So it's not exactly competitive.
It's not exactly competitive.
Like a healthy competition.
It's a competition between yourself.
Right.
Because when you come to diagnosis and many other things that you experience in your medical career, it comes all to challenging yourself and challenging the new diseases. There are so many diseases these days.
I understand. So if you're someone like that, consider medicine. And the fourth point you said was a safe career, like stability in job.
Yeah, it is one of the added benefits to these reasons.
Okay.
And like stability to job, I don't like, you can consider this as a reason because it is a stable job career, and
But
you need the certification of the specific country, their licensing exam. So
yeah, that's true.
unless you clear that, you're not a doctor. So
The fifth point that you told me was kind of about the intellectual thing. You talked about steady improvement and about new developments of research in this field. I understand that you mean by new diseases, etc. But steady improvement and what?
for example, Alexander Fleming, he invented the vaccine, right? So it actually helped in eliminating polio, or there are so many diseases. Even smallpox is not seen these days.
Yeah, it's eradicated.
So just to eliminate some of the diseases
and save a lot of
itself,
life.
it itself is an achievement, and it is so, because there are so many vast number of diseases, and there is a numerous possibility that someone could find a vaccine or even a cure for so many different diseases. So if you have the mind for innovation or inventing or even research, this is also a good career.
That's great. So I don't know if it's the sixth or seventh point. I'll probably correct it. But the next point that you said was, you said that working under pressure is your forte. Like, you thought it was awesome to work under pressure. Like, who says that?
Yeah, it also comes under challenges, because you challenge yourself with a lot of stress and pressure around you, because you are accountable for that patient and his life is actually in your hands. But technically, it is God's will. But then you are actually placed in that position, and it actually is a challenge to yourself to work under pressure, and it is adventurous.
So the seventh point that you mentioned was multitasking. You said every doctor has to have this ability of multitasking. I've heard women are really good at multitasking, but I mean, by multitasking, what do you mean?
I would recommend, if there was multitasking in you, it is for the benefit of organizing and managing of so many things, and you have to run through so many different patient profiles in order to diagnose, and even different
types of medicines. I mean, there is Google,
but you don't actually Google in front of a patient, because patients are really smart these days, and you need to be smarter than the patient in order to gain their trust.
That's true.
And yeah, that's
so the eighth point you said is another added benefit. You said it's about the money, the salary, a doctor's salary. It is a myth that every doctor gets paid.
It depends.
It's just an added benefit. It's not a reason or a requirement.
For example, if you take me, it's just that I just want to put a roof over my head, but I don't want to decorate my roof. I just want to use the extra minute.
Be sufficient.
Just be sufficient. And
I forgot the name. Be content with what you have.
Exactly.
We're not saying that every doctor who is living a very luxurious life is wrong, because they have every right to say that they've worked so hard to decorate their roof, and that's nothing wrong, and it doesn't make it a point that they don't have a service mind. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
After a doctor does a 12-hour surgery or an 18-hour surgery and wants to come back home and have a life of luxury, there's nothing wrong in that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong in that.
Even with the work under pressure and the stress and the challenges that you face, these are not just normal challenges. You had to make split-second decisions, which can actually cost your license, or which can actually cost the whole career.
I mean, the work that you've made for your entire career. I mean, it's like really threatening. I mean, they say the career is stable. The career is extremely stable and safe. But if you screw up, one decision, 1 second is one wrong decision can screw up the entire hard work that you've put through. The ninth one is also added benefit, is what you told me. It's the status and the high esteem in society. I mean, back in those days, they were revered as God. I mean, doctors were revered as God. I mean, even now, I mean, I've still seen people calling them God.
Yeah, you can't actually blame a doctor to actually have pride in himself, because he has gone through all this hard work and the studies that he has gone through. But yeah, the status and the respect, you get through all these studies and all these degrees, and not only that, you also get the status and respect from the experience and from how good you work with patients.
That's true. The last and final reason you said was really important when it comes to intellectual and when it comes to micromanaging stuff as a doctor. And that's about the fact that a doctor needs to learn to manage and organize his patient details and data, all of them in his brain or in his or her brain. And what do you comment on that? I mean, you're the one who told me the point.
It's not only his the patient details and the patient history or anything else. It starts at the early stage itself, when you enter into medical school, or even before that. If you don't know how to manage your time properly, you won't be having time for your personal self, or you won't be having time to study. So when you manage your time, that's a step-by-step process. You manage your time, then you manage your studies, then you manage each and every detailed part of your life, and that's how you grow. And when you become a doctor, you need to manage all this information that you get, because weekly there will be thousands of patients that will be visiting you, and when you are a really good doctor, there will be a lot of consultations, and so you need to remember most of the diseases and all the causing pathogens and etc., and added to that, you need to learn the patient details, the
there are logbooks
symptoms
for it.
And everything.
I mean, there are logbooks for it.
Logbooks, but then still,
it's better to remember.
You need to be a good doctor in your. Just to be a doctor is different than being a doctor, if I get what I'm saying.
So these are the reasons that he stated to me, top 10 reasons why he decided to do medicine. And now I decided to ask him a few questions, which I thought would probably help, and I just wanted to ask him just to be a pain to him. So